Hello everyone, welcome to the Kai's Family of Services April update. As we kick off the second quarter, here are some updates from our FOS leaders.
Hi, this is Craig Garcia with Capital Partners Mortgage, and this month I wanted to talk to you about self-employed borrowers filing their taxes around this time of the year. So lenders typically verify self-employed income by using tax transcripts, which is a system that the IRS provides, which is a printout of exactly what the borrower filed with the IRS for their income taxes. And lenders look at that printout to make sure that that matches the information that the borrower gave the lender to get approved for the loan. The challenge this time of year is that if you file a tax return today, that tax transcript may not be available for 6 to 8 weeks, and you don't know exactly when it's going to come in. And so, what options do you have? Well, number one, if you can qualify based on the most recent year or 2 years of filed tax returns where there are transcripts available, so the previous 2 years or 1 year, then you don't really need to do much of anything. They can just use those previous years to qualify you, and look at the current year, but they won't count on that to qualify the income. So that's one option. Another option is that while the IRS might take weeks to process a transcript, if you pay them, they will take your money right away. And so the alternative documentation that a borrower can use is proof that the IRS cashed their tax payment in the amount that was due on the tax return that they just filed. So they provide proof of payment and the proof that they filed and the tax return, and I'd say the majority of lenders on the majority of programs are going to be okay with that as far as documentation to use that most current year of tax return income to qualify. Now, you would check with your lender to make sure that's the case before you get under contract, and you have a time frame would be the advice. The other thing is if you haven't filed yet, it's really not that big of a deal. So as you pass the 4/15 deadline, then all you have to do is most lenders will ask you for a copy of the filed extension, and then you still can qualify using the most recently filed couple years of tax returns. So that's okay. If you're in a situation where you want to qualify without using tax returns, or you can't use those tax returns to qualify, we have an amazing program for self-employed borrowers where we look at the last 12 months of business bank statements, and we use the deposits into those accounts to use to qualify for income as opposed to the tax returns. Usually it generates a lot more income that you can use to qualify, but the program's not for everyone. So talk with one of our loan officers and see if it's a program that might fit for you, and I hope you have an outstanding month. Thank you.
Hello. Since April 1st has passed, all new policies for NFIP flood program will start to see an increase of anywhere from 4 to 10%. The good news is that Kai's Insurance, we can work with you so that the new buyers can assume the rates of the seller for at least a period of 12 months. So if you have a policy or a home owner's transaction that's going to be happening in April, make sure to get us involved, or in May, get us involved. We'll work with you and the buyer to get the information that we need from the seller in order to make that happen. The market is continuing to tighten up on water coverage. Even within the last week, additional carriers have been reducing coverage down to 0 with the opportunity to buy back 10,000. At Kai's Insurance, we have been working very diligently to make sure that we are offering the carriers that still offer full water coverage for the homes that can apply. Reach out to us early. We'll get back to you and we'll let you know if there can be water coverage for that home. The real determining factor is if the home is more than 40 years old or not. Lastly, I want to hit back on one important note. If you have a condo policy, so homeowners insurance for a condo building, please get the mitigation inspection to us here at Kai's Insurance, and we can get you extra discounts for that policy. It's not necessary. It can only be helpful and reduce the amount of your premium. Have a great month, and we'll see you next time.
Hello everyone, back again to provide you with a tip for smooth closings. How do we get there? Be prepared and get ahead of the game. 2 top ingredients for smooth closings. How many times have you been well on your way in the closing process, and the title company calls only to let you know there's an open permit, maybe even a code violation on the property? Sound familiar? Yeah. What do? How can you avoid this? Be prepared. If you have a listing appointment, do your research. Search the web, call the municipality, reach out to us. We can help. If you have the buyer, get ahead of the game. Recommend inspection companies that provide open and expired permit searches, allowing yourself room to further discuss with the seller while still in the inspection period if the need arises. As a reminder too, your contract has special language regarding these issues. Be sure to get well versed with it prior to negotiating a deal. I'm Marlene Rodriguez with Home Partners Title, providing you with my title tip of the month. Be prepared and get ahead of the game. Always remember, my team and I are here for you. Happy selling, and see you next month.
Hi, Benji Jean here with Kai's Property Management. Here to speak with you this month about your landlords collecting rent directly into a bank account. Did you know that by Florida law, when an owner files an eviction, absolutely no monies can be collected once that eviction has been filed? For a tenant that is not paying rent and has access to the owner's account, all they would need to do is deposit $1 into that account to void out the eviction. Your owners could then file an eviction again, and that tenant could then deposit $1 and void out the eviction. This can continue. Please let your owners know, if they are not using property management, that this is a risk in allowing tenants to deposit directly into their bank account. An alternative option are apps such as Venmo, Zelle, the Cash app. In these apps, owners have to accept the money that a tenant is sending. Kai's Property Management is here anytime your owners need help with rent collection, maintenance issues, or tenant screening. Remember, myrentalscreening.com can help avoid having some of these tenant issues. Thank you and have a wonderful month.
Thank you to our leaders for the amazing updates. And I do have one last quick update for you guys. We have the Dolphin Cancer Challenge happening on April 6th. Even if you're not able to participate, you can still donate and support, and it will be for a great cause that will help save lives. Now, on behalf of Family of Services, we do wish you guys a strong start to the second quarter, and we will see you guys next month.